Hey guys, it's me, Kiana, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my September wrap-up. I say I did pretty good in my September wrap-up. I loved everything I read. For the first time ever, I have DNF'd a book. So, we're going to talk about that first. Alright, so the book that I DNF'd was All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stiefvater. I listened to maybe like 20 minutes of the freaking audiobook, and I said, you know, maybe it's not the audiobook. Maybe I should try reading the physical book. So to the physical book, I got to 135. My limit when I try to read a book when I try to read a book, my limit is 100 pages. If I do not like a book in 100 pages, I don't continue on with it. I love Maggie Stiefvater. I love the Shiver, the Wolves of Mercy Fall series, and I love the Raven Cycle series. Her new work, not so much. DNF this. If I really could give it a freaking 1 out of 5 stars, it's 1 to a 2. So, what I am currently reading is The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. Insert picture here. These two are by, this is about two siblings, Carter and Sadie, and when they were little, their mom died. So they got separated. Carter went with their dad, and Sadie went with her maternal grandparents. And they only see each other twice a year, Christmas and another time. So on this Christmas Eve, her father takes them to the British Museum for the Rosetta Stones and ends up bringing 5 Egyptian gods back. After that, people are not looking for their father, and they end up going with their uncle, and shit goes down from there, and that's all I'm going to say because I love it. So, let's now go on to what I read this month. So, the first book that I read was from a reread, and it's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I tabbed this up, and let me say, green is for whenever Harry is being mistreated by the Dursleys, or by Snape, or by anybody. There's a lot of green. So if you don't know what Harry Potter is, you live under a rock. But Harry Potter is a boy that when he was 1 year old on Halloween, his parents were killed by Lord Voldemort, and he was sent with his maternal aunts, and they never told him that he was a wizard. They always told him that his parents died in a car crash, and on his 11th birthday, Hagrid comes and gets him, and, you know, he meets Ron Weasley, he meets Hermione Granger, and everybody else in Hogwarts, and he goes, you know, on his famous hunts, and I love Harry Potter. I love rereading it because it always makes me smile, and I love my reread for Harry Potter. So, the second book that I read was Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shannon Maguire. Picture there. This is about Siri's daughter. I forgot her name. And basically, she has come back to the world where they were at, you know, that house. And they basically said, come help me now. Come help me bring my mother back so we can defeat this evil lady because I would like to be born. And when I first read it, I enjoyed it. But now that I'm looking back at it, I didn't enjoy it that much. Because it was really weird. I'm really excited when In an Absent Dream comes out. Because Julie over at Pages and Pens, link her down below, she read that and she absolutely loved it. So I know I'm gonna love it. But yeah, when I first read it and I finished it, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and maybe now I might lower it to a 3 stars. Yeah. The third book I read was to continue on a reread, and that was Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. This is the third book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and I am loving it. Oh, love the series. So in this one we follow Annabeth, Piper, Leo, and Percy. No, there gotta be another one. Yep, okay, Leo, Piper, Percy, and Annabeth, and Athena has given Annabeth a task to go find the Mark of Athena, basically, that the Romans have taken from the Athens, and to retrieve it back to her and now the gods are switching back and forth from the Roman side to their Greek side, Roman to Greek, and it's causing them not to interact with their children. So now it's on them. Gaia, whatever, is now penetrating the minds of the demigods, and she got into Leo's and made Leo fire at the Romans, and now the Romans are now going to Camp Half-Blood, and shit is going down. I love this. Of course, anything that Rick Riordan writes, I always give it a 5 out of 5 stars. The fourth book I read was Rat Queens Volume 3. It's a picture right here. I don't have a physical copy on me, which sucks because I love the Rat Queens. Everyone knows I hated the first one, loved the second one. Third one was okay, and I read the fourth book. We'll talk about that later. And in this one, we're trying to find Hannah's father. We get a lot more backstory on Hannah, why she's the way she is, what happened to her mother, what happened to her father, and more about what everyone thinks about her. And at the end, they go through this big battle, and a lot of people die. So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that one that much. I gave that one a 3 out of 5 stars. I cannot wait to read freaking volume 5 and 6 because your girl is trash for this. The fifth book that I read was for a reread, and I finally tabbed up Throne of Glass by Sarah J. freaking Maas. I love Throne of Glass. I have started my reread for this for the second time because the last time I only got to Hair of Fire. Oh, I'm gonna stop talking about that. And I love Throne of Glass. In Throne of Glass, we meet Selena Salvadorian, and she is Adrenaline's top assassin. And a year ago, she was put into the war camp, and Prince Dorian comes back and gets her and basically says, if you win my father's trials, you'll become the king's champion, and in 4 years you'll be free. And my baby wins. So I love Throne of Glass so freaking much. Throne of Glass is my little baby, and whoever talks shit about it, I always defend it. Next book's this month. So the sixth and final book that I read was Rat Queens Volume 4 by... Who is this by? Who is this by? Oh, by Kurt J. Whitby and Owen Genny. I am trash for freaking Rat Queens. And in this, it's like 1 year later, they're still repairing the town. There's still people that have been affected by the big killing that has happened, and them basically trying to repair what has happened. We meet a new people. We meet what are they called? They're called the Chorus. Yeah. A Chorus. I think they're okay. Yeah. We meet the redheaded brother. I don't know what the redheaded brother's name is, but when I find it out, I'm gonna put it right there. But yeah, I really enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Volume 3, so this one got a 4 out of 5 stars. I keep hitting the fucking table. Fuck. So these are what I read, plus Beneath the Sugar Sky, and plus Rat Queens Volume 4. I really enjoyed what I read this month. I read 6 books. I'm trying to read 7 next month. And yeah. So, and I'll post Mondays and Thursdays. I'll leave 2 videos here that I just feel you guys should go check out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time with a new video. Bye, guys.